Now to Decision 2022. Here in Arizona, voters can make the laws at the ballot box, and this year there are 10 propositions on the statewide ballot.
They might seem confusing, so Team 12's Bram Resnick is here to demystify them for us. He has a look at 3 ballot props that have one thing in common. Bram?
Yeah, Mark, sometimes our lawmakers don't want to be the deciders of new laws, so they basically say to Arizona voters, here, you decide, by putting the issue on the statewide ballot themselves. That's how 3 of the 10 ballot propositions got there. Let's start with Prop 308, in-state tuition for dreamers. Here's what it would do. Arizona high school students, regardless of their immigration status, could pay in-state tuition for university or community college and be eligible for financial aid. Who's behind it? Mesa Mayor John Giles is one of several Republicans who coaxed the legislature to refer the issue to the ballot. Here's who supports it: a broad coalition of business, education, faith, and migrant rights groups. Here's who's fighting it: former Republican Senate President Russell Pierce, an immigration hardliner, and the Arizona Republican Party. Prop 309, new voter ID requirements. Here's what it would do. Right now, early voters just have to sign their name on the early ballot envelope and mail it in. Prop 309 would require their signature, a government ID number, and their birth date on a legally binding form. In-person voters would need a photo ID. Right now, that's optional. Who's behind it? Republican lawmakers and right-wing interest groups. Here's who supports it. Republican State Senator J.D. Mesnard calls this a common-sense idea to respond to what he calls a crisis in voter confidence. And here's who's fighting it. The League of Women Voters says the law would make it harder to vote in person and confuse early voters. And finally, there's Prop 310, new funding for rural fire districts. Here's what it would do. The state sales tax would be bumped up by 1/10 of a penny for 20 years to help fund those districts. Here's who supports it. Those fire districts say the new money would boost fire and paramedic response times for their underfunded departments. Who's fighting it? Arizona Republican Party Chair Kelly Ward echoes other opponents. She calls the funding a taxpayer bailout, larger cities subsidizing wealthy areas like Sedona. Others claim the rural districts have a record of wasting money. And I want to remind you, the deadline to register to vote in Arizona's midterm elections is tomorrow. The one-stop online shop for all your voting needs in Maricopa County is beballotready.vote, or statewide, you can register at servicearizona.com. Early ballots go out on Wednesday, and as we say in my house, if you don't vote, you don't get to complain. Let's send it back to you guys.
Good advice.